There was a small town tucked between two quiet highways, the kind of place most people passed without noticing. In that town stood an old blue house with white trim, and every night, without fail, a single light glowed in its front window. To strangers, it meant nothing. To those who knew the story, it meant everything. Ethan grew up in that house. His mother, Clara, was the kind of woman who spoke softly but loved loudly. She worked long hours at the local diner, tying her apron before sunrise and coming home with tired feet and a warm smile. Ethan never remembered his father. The man had left before Ethan could form a memory, leaving behind nothing but a last name and unanswered questions. Clara never spoke badly about him. She simply said, "Some people are meant to stay, and some are meant to teach us how strong we can be alone." Every evening, no matter how late her shift ended, Clara turned on the front window light before she went to bed. When Ethan was a child, he once asked why. "So you can always find your way home," she said. As Ethan grew older, the town began to feel smaller. Dreams grew bigger, louder, more demanding. He was smart, hard-working, and restless. Teachers told him he could go far, maybe farther than anyone else from their street. When a scholarship letter arrived from a university 3 states away, it felt like a door finally opening. Clara hugged him tightly when he told her, her eyes shining with pride and fear all at once. "You should go," she said. "Don't ever shrink your life just because I'm scared of missing you." Ethan left that fall. City life rushed at him, fast crowded buses, late-night study sessions, and a future that seemed to stretch endlessly ahead. He called his mother every Sunday. At first, the calls were long. Then classes got harder, work got busier, and conversations grew shorter. But every time he came home for holidays, the blue house looked the same. And every night, the light in the front window was on. Years passed. Ethan graduated, landed a job, and moved again, this time for ambition, not education. Life was good. Not perfect, but full. He told himself he was building something meaningful. Calls to his mother became occasional. Texts replaced conversations. "I'll visit soon," became a familiar promise. One winter evening, as Ethan stayed late at the office chasing deadlines, his phone rang. An unfamiliar number. He ignored it once, then twice. On the third call, something in his chest tightened, and he answered. It was a neighbor. His mother had fallen. The hospital was doing everything they could. The drive back felt endless. Roads blurred through tears he didn't remember starting. When he reached the town, it was quiet, almost too quiet. Snow dusted the sidewalks, and the blue house stood exactly where it always had. But the front window was dark. Clara passed away that night. Peacefully, the doctors said. Ethan sat beside her hospital bed, holding the same hands that had held his as he learned to walk, to read, to believe in himself. The weight of unspoken words pressed down on him. Every call he rushed, every visit he postponed, every later that never came. After the funeral, Ethan stayed in the house. He slept in his old room, surrounded by memories he had once been eager to leave behind. One evening, as dusk settled, he noticed the darkness in the front window again. His chest ached. He stood up, crossed the room, and turned on the light. That night, Ethan sat by the window and understood something he had missed for years. The light was never just for him to come home. It was a promise, a reminder, a quiet act of love that said, "You matter. You are always welcome. You are never alone." Weeks later, Ethan made a decision. He left his job, at least for a while. He stayed in the town, volunteering at the local school, helping at the diner his mother once worked in. He listened more. He slowed down. He learned that success wasn't only about how far you went, but how deeply you stayed connected. Every evening, as night falls, The light in the front window of the blue house is on again. Some say it's just a habit, but Ethan knows better. It's love that refuses to fade. It's presence that outlives absence. It's the quiet truth that even when people leave this world, the light they give us can still guide us home.